You're going to make it, unless you get in the car. According to Mass General Law, anyone who intends to record the meeting must first notify the chair, who will then inform anybody else. Is there anybody here that wishes to record? Seeing nobody, I invite you to join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So the meeting's called to order, and the first item on our agenda is a public meeting for a partial release of a 2017 covenant, and we do not have a representative here for that. I suggest that if we have any other business other than the approval of the minutes, we conduct that, that conversation, and if nobody's here, we simply adjourn the meeting. So has anybody had an opportunity to read the minutes?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of November 28th, 2023.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So, Ms. Maslowski.
Were we expecting Speakman to be here? We weren't.
There's actually some interesting 6 points of concern generated by VHB from their site visit earlier this month.
Right, but he did indicate that we could go forward as long as we had a verification of the assessed value, and I just didn't know whether we had that or not.
Not at this time.
Okay.
That's one of the issues. Actually, the last two items, verification of assessed values and also the 6 concerns about the actual completion status of what's going on is in play. So I suggest we simply put this all together, clasp it all together, and deal with it in our next meeting, unless we have any other.
Saw some action out in the hall just now.
I think those are drifters. They would otherwise be coming in here kind of urgently, unless,
What could be them?
is that them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Are you here for the Shelley Path?
I am.
Oh, well, just in time.
Perfect.
Yes, please come up to the microphone here.
This one?
Well, no, at the table is fine. And just tell us who you are and.
I'm Sam Speakman. We're just looking to get lots 2 and 3 released and
Right.
Keep lot number 1 for the completion of the project.
So did you see the,
I did the letter from VHB.
right,
Yep.
so they suggest that we go ahead if we get some response from you about the 6 items that they were concerned about. I don't know if you want to take us through the, underground electric, paving, bounds,
Yeah.
the phone cable utility setup, the as-built, and the cleanup.
Yeah, I feel that the holding lot 1 would be sufficient to the completion of the rest of the work.
Okay,
That was why we were asking for lot 2 and 3 to be released and keep lot 1.
Do we have an assessed valuation, Mr.
I
Chairman?
believe it's on the sheet from VHB. Didn't they leave it at, I think it was about 40 or
I
50,000?
think it was 49.
Yep, so,
Right. The cost of remaining work, they said was 49 to 51.
right.
Right, but
And, yeah,
we're at 150%, we need to retain,
right.
so that would be up to 76. So do we have an assessed valuation on the lot, on the lot that was gonna be withheld? That would still
Lot
be
one.
part of the,
I mean, a 1 acre lot would generally, my assumption would be around 200 to 250.
200, 250, so we're at,
So through you to our town planner, do you have any recommendation for us relative to the covenant release?
Following the advice of the VHB engineer, Steve Rhodes, I would place a condition, proceed with the release, but with the condition that an assessed valuation needs to be provided, and along with the other outstanding issues that he had raised in his report. That would be my recommendation.
Do you have any timeline for finishing the work
So
on the punch list?
the electric infrastructure will be done actually this week, and they were working on it when VHB came out and inspected. So I'm surprised that there wasn't any note about that. But other than that, I believe the only thing left is to pull the wire, which we can't get until maybe next month sometime, and then as well as do the top coat on that short section of road, which would be done in the spring.
So the top coat wouldn't get done until after the electric's done, correct?
Correct.
And then, what about the bounds?
We'll
Getting
get
the
that
bounds
done.
in
That'll
place.
get done over the winter.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd imagine you're eager to get to the finish line.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just purchased it fairly, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 months ago, so we're moving fairly quickly on it, and I don't anticipate on slowing down. I'd like to get it finished as much as possible. I don't think to get the top coat down this year is gonna be realistic, though.
Right.
I'd like it to sit for the winter and then top it in the spring.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to look up the property card to see if we can see what the lots are. Sam, is it in your name?
It would be under Sam Speakman LLC. And I don't know if that would come up yet, because it was so recent.
Let's take a look.
Did you purchase it, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Did you purchase it from Michael Clow?
I purchased it from the Shelley family, and I don't remember exactly what the name of the seller was.
Patricia Shelley?
That sounds familiar. There was an address in Yarmouth.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think so. 62 Main Street Extension.
That's the property address.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's the whole.
Right.
How large is lot one?
They're all roughly an acre, 40,000 or a little more.
Okay. Just look.
So how far along are you with plans for what to put on the property?
So I have, I believe I have an approved septic plan for both lots, for lots 2 and 3. And I've applied for a building permit for lots 2. My plan was just to sell lot 2, so I'm trying to get a building permit and get that released, as well as lot 3 would be right behind it.
I can also talk with the assessor's office to find out what the status is of the evaluation process.
Right.
Are you on the database?
What is the requirement, 150% of the remaining work?
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
So roughly 150,000.
150, and you've got,
I didn't think, yeah, I didn't think there'd be an issue with that, to be honest with you.
So they have a couple of comps here, but these are one's from, two from West Yarmouth, three, these are, yeah, all West Yarmouth, so.
What did you say the street address was?
62 Main Street Extension.
Yeah, that's the street address right in front of it.
The road is Shelley's Path.
Yep.
I don't know that they've designated the actual addresses. I know right now they're lots 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's what the actual address is. I know the project address is 62 Main Street Extension.
It's funny, because it doesn't show
Yeah.
up on the map.
It
If you
doesn't.
Google Maps,
Right.
there's nothing there. I was checking it out before you got here.
Shelley,
It's funny because it's-
Shelley's in the assessor's database.
Right,
Shelley Path?
Shelley Path.
Yeah. Because Shelley Path, this subdivision was, I believe, approved and recorded from
2017.
like, yeah,
Right.
like 5 years ago, and it was at a standstill for quite a while.
Right.
So it shows up for,
I mean, in 2022, it was sold for
we said 62 Main Street Extension.
yeah,
Yep,
So it shows up as a house.
yeah.
There's a house in front of it that the Shelleys owned as well as this property.
Yeah.
So when he, I believe was, at one point, he subdivided the property behind his own property. So at one point, it came up as one large.
one chunk.
Yes, correct.
Because this is only showing 40,000 square feet of land, which doesn't make sense.
Which would be the front.
That might be his,
His-
that's probably
His
what he,
piece.
yeah.
Okay. And then Shelley's Path has. There's lot 1, which has an assessed value of 168. Lot 2, or
So lot
lot
one
fi-
is 168, that's it. They meet it.
Yeah, so then,
Yeah, I mean, also too, I'm just looking on Zillow right now, it looks like this year, or was it last year, there was 1222, which was 13 Queen Anne Road, it's an acre, I believe the town sold that,
Yeah,
if I'm correct,
yep,
for 210,000, I'm just looking it up on Zillow.
Yeah.
as a
And then
comp.
there's two more,
Assessed is different than appraised, but yeah.
right, and this is an
Okay.
actual sale price from what,
Yeah.
unless, I'm correct.
I mean,
There was
Oh, I-
another one on Main Street that looks like it sold in 23 for 220,
yeah,
number 303 Main Street.
and I'm just looking at the 40,000 houses on, our assessors have it as, the land is assessed at 170, and the previous assessment of 148, so.
Oh, so you're looking at the assessment, not the actual, like, market value?
Right.
Right.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
I think.
We don't have a,
Crystal ball.
well, no, but we don't have a real estate appraisal to look at, so in lieu
I
of a
just,
real
yeah, I
estate
just pulled
appraisal,
up the three
that's the
lots
best I
that
think
are,
we can
yeah,
do.
yep,
So, yeah, I would, undeveloped land in the same area should give us the 76.
I would think
So
so.
I'm fine with it.
Great. Can I entertain a motion?
Go for it.
You're getting really good at this.
Make a motion in case PB 2016-22.
Can I make a quick
Sure.
interruption? I would just insert in the motion some of the language and the recommendation in the last 3 lines of the VHB.
I'm looking at
You
that.
just, I think you, just so we,
on the
well,
second
right
page.
here.
Oh,
The bottom of 3 lines.
These?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the request request, case PB 2016-22, Speakman Excavating, request for partial release of 2017 covenant for the road known as Shelley's Path, map 55 parcels F1-1 and F1-2 with the following conditions. Considerations. We recommend proceeding with the covenant release as requested by the applicant, subject to, 1, verification of the assessed value of the lot to remain in covenant, and 2, the applicant's response to questions and the conditions observed during the site visit.
So I'll second for the purpose of discussion.
Okay,
I think we make those as findings. I think that's part of the motion is that we have to make this a finding.
as a finding, okay,
We're making the finding, by releasing the covenant, we're making the finding that
okay.
that the
Those are,
valuation on
they're built in.
the lot is
Okay.
sufficient to cover the costs determined by VHB,
Okay.
and that we're okay with the timeline that the applicant has set out.
Okay,
So I think those are the conditions.
right,
So-
they're implicit, okay. I
So how about-
apologize for interjecting
So
that.
how about we say that we amend the motion to say that we approve the request for the partial release of the 2017 covenant for the road known as Shelley Path, noting that we will release parcel lots 2 and 3, and we'll hold parcel 1 still under the covenant, and for the reason that we make the determination that lot 1 should exceed the value of $76,800, which is VHB's determination of the cost of the work remaining, and based on the timeline that the applicant provided for the punch list items listed in the 12/7/2023 memorandum.
Beautiful.
Excellent, that is great.
Yeah.
May I have a second?
So if you want.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you very much.
Mission accomplished.
Appreciate your time.
Nice to
Yep.
see you.
We'll see you again soon. Have a good night.
Yep, you too. Is there any other business before the board this evening? I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a world land speed record of 650. I'd like to entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Alan gets the motion.
Alan gets the motion.
Yeah.
Mary gets, yep. Aye. Aye.
Aye, yes.
Who provided us with the lovely,
Very
Yes.
nice, thank
And we
you.
have the cookie, the
Thank you.
gauntlet of carbs.
Whoa,
The
cookies.
gauntlet of carbs coming up.